Ever dreamed of being a Disney Channel star? These actors had the chance to take their careers in television forward but chose to work normal day jobs instead. Keep watching to see who quit the lights, cameras, and action for a 9-to-5. Before we chime in, make sure you're subscribed to the taco and click that like button. Now let's get started. Dylan Sprouse. The Sprouse twins are well known for their stint on Disney Channel's A Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. The last time we saw the twins working together was back in 2011. After wrapping up their series A Sweet Life on Deck, the Sprouse twins went to college. Though both Cole and Dylan attended NYU's Gallatin School of Individualized Study, they pretty much went their separate ways. Cole Sprouse went back to the small screen as Jughead in Riverdale, but Dylan had other projects in mind. None of these projects involved acting. He majored in video game design at NYU and even worked part-time as a host in a New York City restaurant. Despite taking courses on video games, painting, and creative writing, Dylan's passion pointed to brewing. Right after graduating, he worked for the Kings County Distillery. In 2016, Dylan rounded up his college friend Matt Kwan and former Sunny with a Chance star Doug Brochu to start their own brewing company. Dylan aims to bring mead, a honey-based beer, out of the Renaissance fairs and into restaurants and homes around New York. The All-Wise Meadery opened in 2017 at the William Vale Hotel. You can now add tasting Sprouse brewed mead to your New York City bucket list. Adam Landberg. A classic Disney Channel favorite was Lizzie McGuire. It definitely launched Hilary Duff to stardom and made her household name among 90s kids everywhere. Back in the early 2000s, kids would rush home to see what Lizzie and her best friends Miranda and Gordo were up to. After the show ended in 2004, Hilary Duff and Lelaine Vergara went on with their acting careers. But what happened to Gordo, aka Adam Landberg? He's only had 2 gigs after his run on Lizzie McGuire. In 2005, he starred in indie film When Do We Eat and Beautiful Loser in 2008. That year, he dropped acting altogether. Life away from the spotlight seems to make more sense for this former Disney star. Since then, he went to school and is working just like the rest of us. Landberg graduated from UC Berkeley with a degree in geography. He then pursued further studies in 2012. Landberg bagged a master's degree in public administration from Barrack College. Nowadays, he's working in New York City as a development associate at the Irish Arts Center. Landberg may be living a private life, but that doesn't mean he's above a selfie with Jimmy Fallon. Though he hasn't kept much contact with former co-stars Hilary Duff and Lelaine Vergara, he seems to be doing fine as a New Yorker with too much time on his hands. Shadia Simmons. Get ready for a real throwback. Does the name Shadia Simmons ring a bell? If you were an avid Disney Channel watcher back in the 2000s, then yes. Simmons played the role of Piper Dellums in The Color of Friendship in 2000. This was the only Disney Channel original movie ever to win an Emmy. Remember Zenon? 90s kids know that Raven-Symoné originally played Nebula Wade in 1999 and in 2004 for Zenon Z3. But in Zenon the sequel, Shadia Simmons took over the role. Simmons then joined the cast of Life with Derek all the way until 2009. That was the last time Shadia stood in front of the cameras. After majoring in history in a New York college, Shadia obtained a master's degree in education. She then returned to her hometown in Ontario for a day job as a high school teacher. Despite switching careers, Simmons never forgot her acting background. She founded Star Acting Studios, where she provides acting classes for children and private coaching. She may not be doing the acting herself, but she's giving advice and guidance to young aspiring actors. It seems the stage was never far from Shadia Simmons' heart. Panabaker. You didn't need a hit TV show to make it as a Disney Channel star. Some starred in TV movies otherwise known as Disney Channel original movies. These movies were just as popular among millennials as the hit shows. Thanks to these films, Panabaker sisters Danielle and Kay launched their careers as Disney stars. They starred in the 2006 movie Read It and Weep. Kay Panabaker was the star of the movie, while her older sister Danielle played her alter ego. Fans of CW's The Flash know that Danielle Panabaker continued her acting career, but what is Kay up to? According to her IMDb, Kay hasn't acted since 2012. Back in 2016, Kay took to Twitter about why she decided to stop. She replied to fans saying she lost the love for acting. "Life is short," she tweeted. "We spend so much time at work, gotta do what you love." Kay's in love with her current job, and so are we. She took up zoology in the University of California, Los Angeles. She didn't let go of her Disney roots, though. Kay currently works as a zookeeper in Disney's Animal Kingdom. Who doesn't want to hang out with animals all day at Disney World, no less? Sign us up. Omri Katz. Hocus Pocus for many is watched every October as a Halloween tradition. This cult favorite was released in 1993 and stars household names like Sarah Jessica Parker and Bette Midler. Rumor has it Leonardo DiCaprio was supposed to play Max Dennison, but was too busy filming another movie. Instead, the role was given to Eerie star Omri Katz. There's nothing eerie about Katz, as girls all over swooned over his puppy eyes and floppy brown hair. Omri was pretty active in the 90s. He starred in Indiana in 1991, and in 1999 he appeared in an episode of Freaks and Geeks. Where can you find Omri Katz now? He was last seen on screen in an episode of General Hospital back in the year 2000. His last role on the show was as a tattoo artist. Since then, he stepped away from the lights and cameras. His profession now is a far cry from acting, but we're willing to bet Katz never let go of the Hollywood glitz and glamour. Nowadays, Omri Katz is working as a hairdresser. Katz's parents are both from Israel, and he himself spent a year in Israel as a child. When he's not styling hair in Los Angeles, you can find Katz spending time in Israel. Kevin Jonas. The Jonas Brothers stole hearts of teens all over the world with their music. They've become so successful as a band that they just had to take over our TV screens. The Jonas Brothers started out in 2005. Besides releasing albums and covers, the Jonas Brothers would also make music for Disney shows and movies. They sang the theme song of American Dragon and sang Kids of the Future for the movie Meet the Robinsons. They then started making appearances on Hannah Montana as themselves before Joe Jonas starred in Camp Rock with Demi Lovato. Disney Channel gave them their own show and aired the sitcom Jonas in 2009. The show was cancelled after just a year, and in 2013, the brothers split up for good. Nick and Joe went on to pursue their own music careers while Kevin had other plans. Kevin hung up his guitar to run his own real estate development and construction company. Besides being a contractor for clients like Real Housewives of New Jersey star Kathy Wackile, Kevin also dabbled in a couple of startups. He is the co-CEO of Blue Market, a marketing company centered on social media influencers. Kevin Jonas has a lot on his plate, but his best job would have to be being a father to his adorable girls. Stephen Anthony Lawrence. If there was anyone who spurred on a love for bacon in the early 2000s, it would have to be Stephen Anthony Lawrence. But you know him better as Beans from Disney's Even Stevens. The hit TV show launched the careers of Shia LaBeouf and Christy Carlson Romano. But what happened to Beans? Aside from a few commercials here and there, Lawrence pretty much stayed out of the limelight. That is, until someone spotted him working in a mall as Santa's little helper. Thanks to a couple of tweets and photos posted on Instagram, the world started wondering again, what is Beans up to now? Lawrence isn't acting anymore, but he didn't really stray far from the industry. In 2015, he told Huffington Post that his main job is now teaching. He loves the work and compared it to working on stage. He's given seminars at UC Berkeley, University of Southern California, and Pepperdine. Lawrence teaches college and high school kids acting techniques and a bit about the business of showbiz. Though Beans may not be in the spotlight anymore, he says he's still open to a show reunion. Fingers crossed that we see the whole Even Stevens crew together again. Tiffany Thornton. Tiffany Thornton is best known for her role as Tawny Hart on Sunny with a Chance. She co-starred alongside Demi Lovato on the show from 2009 to 2011. When Demi left the show, Disney launched a spin-off series called So Random. It featured the rest of the Sunny with a Chance cast except Demi and ran until 2012. After her stint on So Random, Thornton lay low as she gave birth to her first child to husband Christopher Carney. They married in 2011 and welcomed another baby boy in 2014. During this time, Thornton was doing voice acting work and had minor roles in 2 movies. She then went on to become a radio host at KLAZ 105.9. In 2015, Thornton's husband passed away in a car crash. Thornton returned to Hot Springs, Arkansas with her 2 children. There, as of 2016, she started working as a recruitment advisor for Champion Christian College. In 2017, she married family friend and pastor Josiah Capaci. Then, in 2018, the couple announced that they were expecting their first child together. Tiffany Thornton has been through a lot since her Disney days, but she still maintains a connection with the mouse. She blogs for DisneyBaby.com, covering topics on motherhood and family. Erik Von Den Berg. Erik Von Den Berg was your typical teenage heartthrob. We're pretty sure Anne Hathaway wasn't acting when she got all flustered in front of Erik when shooting The Princess Diaries. Teen girls in the early 2000s all wish Josh Bryant was the one. Who else was dying to sneak away with him to the shack by the beach? Erik Von Den Berg was a Disney Channel regular as a star on Brink back in 1998. He also appeared on Disney's So Weird series. Recognize his voice? When Erik Von Den Berg was 13, he lent his voice to none other other than evil kid on the block Sid in Toy Story. If Sid looked anything like Erik, we're positive he wouldn't be the biggest villain in the Toy Story neighborhood. Despite Erik's good looks that only got better with age, his last movie role was in 2005. He last appeared on TV in 2008 for an episode of Bones. Erik was out of the spotlight completely after reprising his role as Sid for Toy Story 3 in 2010. Where is the former teen who rescued Princess Mia from helicopter paparazzi today? According to one source, he's currently working as a broker for Rosslyn Capital. Thanks to his sister Andrea Von Den's Instagram, we can still get glimpses of Erik enjoying costume parties. Matthew Timmons. Everyone talks about the Sprouse twins when looking back at the sweet life on deck. But do you remember Woody? The cute and chubby curly-haired nerd is no longer just that. Now 25 years old and fit, Matthew Timmons is posting model-esque shots on Instagram. His last gig was an appearance in Disney's Jessie back in 2013. He was last seen on screen as a judge for a reality show called Shaken, The Cocktail Challenge in 2017. Earlier this year, Matthew tweeted an explanation as to why he took a break from acting. He says he was struggling with body dysmorphia and eating disorders. Timmons also suffered from mental illnesses like depression and anxiety. All of this affected his ability to go to auditions. While Timmons doesn't regret playing Woody at all, he felt that he had become the fat, funny friend. He writes, "I hated it only because I felt that was my only identity." Matthew then says that he moved to work behind the camera instead of in front of it because of his insecurities. Now that he's lost 135 pounds, Timmons is gaining the confidence to speak up about his experiences with mental health and body issues. Nowadays, Timmons is traveling, writing, and tweeting jokes on Twitter. We're excited to see what he comes up with in the future. What do you guys think? Would you quit an acting career for a day job? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to The Taco. Thanks for watching!